What are we against? Yes, as expected. Also, I tried to put the game sound radio on Spotify. It turns out a lot of songs that I want aren't on Spotify, so we're stuck with YouTube being YouTube. I'll notice the music stops because minor ADHD brain, but if you notice the music stops and I haven't put it back on, let me know. Just I mentioned this before when I commented on your YouTube. Yo, but your content has made getting into Pokemon TCG so much easier. Thank you, brother. Keep up the good work. Dude, that is so kind of you. Thank you. Cheers, dude. I don't feel like I'm brilliant at the game or like even a great person to introduce people to it, but I'm glad you're finding it useful because I don't know. I'm quite down on myself a lot, and those kinds of words are a real boost at the moment, so thank you. Really appreciate that. Okay, now that I'm blushing, because I've just had a nice thing said about me, let's play the game, shall we? Let's have a little bit of a video game. Am I going first or second? I'm paying no attention to what's going on. I'm just out here playing with a pen. Opponent's turn. Leaving a fridge max in the active. Good evening. Hello, Marius. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're well. Look who's back after his beating with Mew Vmax. How's it going, dude? I hear good things. I hear you've made it to Stuttgart as well. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Stuttgart. You're ready for a lot of that, by the way. I don't know if Moto's warned you, but I do a lot of terrible pronunciations of German words. Stuttgart. Bochum. Wie heiß?
It's like he knows some German words. It's so adorable.
Thanks, chat. Appreciate that. I just like listening to thought processes, listen to explains on how things are supposed to work, etc. Most other content creators just kind of do. I play this, it's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best to, especially with the beginner's guides and the Dexplain series is kind of a bit all over the place, honestly. I wish I was a bit more focused in how Dexplain was, because Dexplain kind of almost repeated what was being said and or done in Beginner's Guide 2, but just on specific decks. I don't know, I feel like there should be a bit of maybe a different idea behind it. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say about it, to be honest. Like, I formatted it exactly the same way, and I feel like there should be some, like, obvious differences there. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing. Okay, let me do this. Good golly, Miss Molly! He's doing it for the kids. Throw that in there. This is one of those good old starts. Nearly hit the lightning rondo then. I'm not even out here hitting the whip. Listen, we got one. I certainly can't complain. And then bingo. I do this to pretend I'm doing maths because I see everybody else doing it and I feel like I should too. Yeah, let's grab you. And then we go bingo and bango. Oh. Then Naz. Okay, cool. Well, we'll rondo. Let's see how that one goes. Yes, first time I felt confident registering. I mean, you should feel pretty confident. Your championship points mean you have to do well, right? Championship points be like, hey, this guy should get registration. I was tempted to change the deck very quickly to throw you off, but that would involve thinking based. Miss... Hang on, let me see if I can pronounce this properly. Misanthropist Forever. Thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate. Please raise your jester to emotes. No, your diddly-doos for the wonderful Misanthropist Forever. Great band name, by the way. Don't worry, I'm the same. I have a German moderator in my Discord, and I deliberately say German vehicles wrong to annoy him. The most recent one was NBVZ, which is properly spelled as Noob Alpha Zig. How close was I, Marius? Would you rate that? 10 out of 10 or?
The man knows a little bit of German. Ooh.
Every time someone asks me to like say something in German, I'm like, smiley face. I simply cannot. I am stupid. But I try. I do my best. I'm out here trying. And as we all know, God loves a trier. I have secret prior for Arcanine, but Pokemon doesn't allow me to share secrets. Starts at 200 points. Absolutely based. Okay, hang on. Let me just do... So we're not knocking out Chien-Pao this turn, are we? Absolutely not. There's no way of that. So... I have a horrible feeling we're going to have to retreat here, which is fine. Never mind. Imagine knowing the deck list. Could you imagine actually knowing the deck list? Like, being good at the... Could you imagine? I simply could not. I think grabbing that kind of seals the game up, potentially. So we'll see. And then Photon Blaster, I hardly know her. Very far off. My German mod would crucify you for hearing that. I tried. I'm out here trying. Your videos on Lost Box 100% turn me onto the deck type, so your deck explains are doing something right. Oh, that's so kind of you to say, dude. Thank you. Then I will continue to keep working on them. The problem is, it's just like not knowing enough about the decks and archetypes myself to like truly be 100% good at explaining what they do. I was talking to Murder about this the other day. Like, the one thing that kind of annoys me about Pokemon, not really annoys me, but it gets to me a little bit, is that, like, I'm one of those people that is theoretically well-minded. Like, I can understand and explain things incredibly well. Never had an issue with that at all. Like, my best example of that is in college. I did 3 years of wood occupations, which is carpentry and joinery. Woodwork. I got... distinctions, which is the highest level, in all 3 years, and almost all of that was based on my theory work, my testing and stuff like that. Without that, I probably would have like really struggled because brain no goo. All right, we are what I would describe as piggin' and poggin'. Is that a real word? Absolutely not, but boy howdy am I going to say it like it is. Let's go with you. I was looking for Pidgeot EX then, and I was like, where's my Pidgeot EX? Doesn't interest, son. It doesn't interest, doesn't exist, son. Give me this. And then we Dynamotor. Dynamotor, I hardly know her. And then... Alright, that's fair. Can't keep winning. And then come here, Baxcalibur, you little bitch. And then we Rondo for Lightning. Would you go back to doing that? Very good. I still do woodwork. Like, that is my full-time job. I'm a bench joiner for a fireplace company. I don't know if I really enjoy it. Like, I'm glad I'm good at what I do to a degree, but I don't like having it as a job because it kind of kills my joy for doing it outside of work. Like, before I started working there, I had like a whole... Well, before I even moved to Stoke, I should say. When I still lived in Stafford, I had like a whole outside workshop that I built, which was terrible, but it was funny. It was terrible. And I had a great time making it and great time doing it, but like, it really sucked because I had a lot of joy in doing what I was doing there. As soon as I started having it as a job, I was kind of like, I don't really want to do this outside of the job, which sucks. It's not like a great attitude to have, but it's just how it ended up going, you know? It sucks. That's what I would call being greedy. Hey? Germany's that kind of country. If you try to speak German but poorly, they straight up switch to English. It's hard to use in a day-to-day life if you want to learn it. Okay, I'll go back to that in a second. Yes, what I was trying to say was I'm like, I can understand gameplay and matchups and stuff like that, but then I play the game and I throw my deck all over the board. So, you know, I know it's an extreme example. It's part of storytelling, Kaya. You're a teacher, you should know this. Not as much as you should. So yeah, I'm like, I know what to do, but actually doing it is really hard because I end up like tunnel visioning on certain things. Best example of that, if we're not talking about like, you know, freak incidents that happened. GG, by the way, James, GG. On story time now, sorry. And YouTube, don't worry, I won't cut this early so you can get the full story. I used to play Arceus Tina, and I used to play a lot of Arceus Tina, so it was one of the very, very few decks that I'm like, I don't want to say 100% comfortable with, but very, very comfortable with. And the amount of times, twice, in Cups, that like I Starbirthed for X card and Y card. One of those cards should have been double turbo, and I didn't pick up a double turbo because I was so tunnel visioned on what I was doing next was like ridiculous. I'm so bad for it, and I still do it with like other decks now, which is why I like a simple deck. But Lost Box requires a little bit too much thinking. But then you go back to the logic of, you know, when I was in school, one of the things that was like always pointed out was I was like academically quite smart, and I'd get stuff done, then get bored and get distracted and start messing around with people. If I had a deck that actually required thinking, would that actually help me focus? I don't know. It's something to think about after Lille, I think. I think preparing for Stuttgart and like double cup weekends that are coming up, I think maybe we start seriously looking at Lost Box.